Hey guys, good morning. Today I'm decorating our front door for fall/Halloween. So I'm hoping to do this in a way that can look kind of Halloween for the next couple of weeks, and then once the holiday's over, I can take those Halloween touches out and then have it look still very autumnal and pretty to go through Thanksgiving. So I already did in another video this whole area around me. I planted up these two little islands with ornamental cabbage and kale and some toffee twist carrots, and I think they turned out really beautiful. I've really been enjoying those. And then moving backwards, I've got some pansies here that have already started to put on more color since I planted them, as well as pansies around the boxwood topiaries, and some more pansies and ornamental cabbage in front of the hydrangeas, as well as the pumpkins and gourds that are behind me. So this whole project turned out to be kind of a beast. I thought I was going to get a lot further, like get the front door area done as well, and it just turned out to be so much work that we decided to kind of break it up into two videos. So I've already gathered most of everything that I'm going to be using. I've got some here and up in the sun porch, but I've got a couple of containers that I've been eyeballing at the garden center all year. They're a little bit, they're not my normal choice for my garden, but something about them I really like. I just thought it would be fun to try something new. I cut some corn bundles from my own garden, so I just left those in there until I was ready to use them. I just cut them yesterday and got them all prepped for this project. I've got some supplies right here that I may or may not need. I may want to change the level of one of my pots once I get them up there. So I've got bricks, half-size cinder blocks, and then some burlap to cover them if I do use them. Around this way, I've got a cartload of the most gorgeous plants. So there's the soil there, and then I've got some Crotons, which these are actually a house plant. They can't take a whole lot of like really hard frost. I put them in containers last year and they did take quite a few light frosts, but these are up tucked away. They don't get any wind up there. They're very protected, so I think they're gonna last a lot longer than the ones I planted last year. And then I've got some golden creeping jenny right here, beautiful spiller. There's Fun and Games Red Rover heucherellas. Look at the foliage on that. Isn't that just absolutely gorgeous? Especially alongside, look at these marigolds, very Halloween looking. And then there's some Helichrysum icicles, which I love this texture and color in fall arrangements. There's Desert Plains Pennisetum, which is already put on its fall color. It's got kind of that wheat look to it, which I love. I've got some ivy, variegated ivy. And then these are Fun and Games hopscotch heucherellas. So they've got a little bit more of a ruffly look and a little bit lighter, like there's a little bit more green than in the other one. And then look at these. These are a Viola sorbet black jump up. I actually picked these up at the garden center like probably 3 weeks ago, and I've just been hanging on to them because when I saw them, I was like, oh my gosh, those are so perfect for Halloween. That dark purple, almost kind of black with the lavender. I just thought it would be really fun. And then let's run up into the sun porch and I'll show you all the rest of the stuff. So I actually gathered this stuff up last night and then a huge storm came through. So I ran out and picked it up off the lawn and brought it in here. So it's kind of echoey in here, but I just wanted to show you, these are things I may or may not use in the display. Some of which I've held on to since last year, like this Happy Halloween sign I thought was really cute. I picked it up way on sale last year after Halloween was over. I've got a Boo doormat, which I thought was super cute. There's a couple of different wreaths, which I might use one for the Halloween display, like something maybe like that. And then once Halloween's over, I might take that one down and put something on that looks a little bit more Thanksgiving-esque. So this might be phase 2 of the project. I've got the black crows that I used in last year's pot arrangement that I did. This is a pumpkin that I painted in a video we put up this fall. And then I've just got like spiders, kind of creepy. And then a Halloween banner that my sister gave me like, I don't know, 5 years ago. It says Halloween. It's a really neat one. I may or may not use it, but you can kind of see. That's kind of a neat banner, don't you think? Maybe on top of the door or over the top of the door. And then over here, I've got a couple of wood boxes, which I already stained 2 of them just to get an idea of what color of stain I wanted to use. But you guys have had these for a while. I picked them up at Joann's when they were really on sale, like for $9 a piece. And I've just been hanging on to them, waiting for a good reason to use them. And I thought that it would be fun to work these in. So I stained these with a color called Early American. And I think it's a really pretty tone, but I left one of them blank just in case. So we might have to stain that one today. I have these pumpkin kind of like I don't know, what do you call them, lanterns? I'm gonna put candles in there. I bought these last year. And then I've got a few autumn pillows I gathered from around the house, and then I made these little boo pumpkins a little while ago. So I might use those. Anyway, seems like an enormous amount of stuff, but you know what? A lot of this stuff I had on hand, especially the decorative items. The best thing to do is wait until after the holiday, go load up on stuff that's like 75% off, and then it's like Christmas the next year when you open your decorating boxes and you're like, I didn't remember buying that. Like that Halloween sign, totally didn't remember it until I started unpacking my boxes. So what I'm gonna do first is I want to plant the planters out in the lawn so I don't make a huge mess up here. I'm gonna probably take up this mat and just hang on to this one until, I think this one looks kind of springy. So I'll probably put this away until next spring, but I'm gonna head back down into the lawn first and work on the planters. All right, you guys ready for a tour? I absolutely love how it turned out. Now you can't see a whole lot of it from down here, but I wanted to start down here because I found that I had some mice silhouettes that I must have bought maybe 8 years ago, but I thought it would be fun to kind of draw the Halloween theme down a little bit, and these are easy to remove once Halloween's over and it'll just look more fall, Thanksgiving-esque. But I actually had to get a Sharpie out and fill in sections of the paper on these silhouettes that had kind of torn over the years, but I think it worked out really well. So as we move up here, so the first thing that I notice right away are the bats. They kind of bring that much needed interest up above the doorway so that not everything was down below, because there's a lot going on down here. So the flower containers, first off, I think they turned out absolutely beautiful. I wasn't sure how it was gonna look with these blue containers because, like I said, that's a little bit like a departure from my normal style. But I feel like the color of the coppery, like copper rust that's in the containers mirrors the door color. Did not plan that. It just worked out. And in each one of them, I used a Croton, Helichrysum, the Heucherella, a Goldilocks Creeping Jenny, and then a Marigold. That's a lot of plants in one container, but it's getting cooler. They don't need a lot of room to grow, so you can just pack out fall containers as much as you want. And then in the box container, which I stained and then I lined. So if these were out in more weather, I'd probably apply a sealer too to the wood because they're kind of flimsy. They're not super sturdy containers. I didn't apply a sealer because they're under cover. They're not getting any rain. But I did line the inside with a really heavy garbage sack, making sure to poke holes through the drainage holes so they'll still drain nicely. In fact, I forgot to do it before, but I'm going to slide some saucers underneath all 4 of these containers to protect the wood of this patio. I used a Desert Plains Pennisetum, a heucherella, the variegated ivy, the sweet little viola, and then another marigold to kind of tie the two containers together. Then we've got my pumpkin lanterns, which we'll light this evening and try to get some fun shots of that. Couldn't really see them at this point of the day. But I love the fact that when you're actually down on the sidewalk, you can see this floor mat. I mean, it's so bold. I think that that was really important, you know, to have that weight down here. So you've got the black bats and then the black doormat. And so it worked out really well. For the wreath, I actually got this wreath on sale for $11 at the craft store. And what I did was I put 2 little screws on the back side of the plaque where it was going to meet the wreath form, and then I put wire around those screws so I could wire it directly to the wreath form, so the whole thing will come off. It's all one piece now. I mean, I can easily remove that if I want to, but I have that second wreath, so I'll probably leave this all one, take it off after Halloween, and put my Thanksgiving wreath back up. I did add in some little things like the little stripy pumpkin that we did in the DIY decorating, no carve things, which I think is kind of important because we're still a couple weeks out, I think, maybe more than a couple weeks out from Halloween. So I couldn't put a carved pumpkin up here. It wouldn't last, even though it is getting cooler. And then on this chair, I had just a blue pillow on there throughout the summer season, and I added in a couple fall pillows of throw, and then my boo pumpkins, and then we had this on our kitchen counter. And I thought it would be fun to just bring it out here because that's the whole flavor of the season for me anyway. It's all about the candy and the really fun costumes. I am not into scary Halloween whatsoever. You can tell, I like to keep it pretty G-rated. I think it's really fun and it's very family. I think Benjamin will like it. And this right here, the succulent arrangement that you probably noticed, is I still haven't moved that in. That's probably going to go in the next week or two into the house where it can winter over. So that is pretty much the tour of the Halloween/fall area. Oh, and my corn stalks, but you can see those. I didn't say anything about them, but I think that they bring a really fun natural element to the area. Anyway, that is the tour of this area. I hope you're inspired seeing this come together, or maybe you picked up a few tips. I mean, you may have seen that I put bricks underneath the bigger container because I needed it to be a little bit taller. I couldn't find the proper height of container. I mean, I could find lots of containers I loved, but not a pair of them. So I just thought, you know what, we'll just plan B it and raise them up with something. And then I just put a burlap sack over them just so that you don't see the infrastructure, the mechanics of the display. And you can totally do stuff like that and get away with containers you already have by just using something underneath them to make them look a little bit bigger than they are. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.